Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As all of you already know, this is the season of admissions. West Bengal board has already declared its results for the class 12th students, which in West Bengal is commonly known as Uchcha Madhyamik, and ISC and CBSE boards are also going to release their results very soon. And in addition, the graduation level examinations for those of you who are pursuing your bachelor's degree from several universities, including universities like Calcutta, Jadavpur, Kollani, Bishwabharati, Rabindra Bharati, Vidyasagar, and many more in West Bengal. These exams are also coming to a close very soon. So, in a few days or maybe in a couple of weeks, you would be required to fill up admission forms for the next stage of your career, be it the bachelor degree if you were a school student up until now, or be it the master degree if you were a graduate student till now. And there will be some of you who have completed your post-graduation as well and who would be applying for higher research degrees like PhD in India or abroad. So I thought, why not make a video about the things that you need to keep in mind while applying for any degree of any sort. So this video is all about that. Let's get started. Firstly, we will talk about the most important thing. Where are you going to apply? This will depend on which subject you are choosing. Of course, many of the students who watch my channel are pursuing English or want to pursue English in their days to come. So if you are pursuing English, which I would be using as an example or a case study in this video, you would know that the best places to study this subject at the graduation level are of course Jadavpur University, Presidency University, and many other universities and colleges in Kolkata and around. So the first job that you need to do is you need to make a chart of the colleges and universities where you want to apply. Now, what good will this chart do? In this chart, you will make the list of colleges and universities in the left column. Then you will write down their requirements in the next column. Then you will write down whether you qualify for those requirements in the subsequent column and what chances you stand to qualify for their entrance or their merit-based system of admission, whatever it may be, depending on the college and your level for which you are applying. After you have finished making this list in an Excel sheet, I would advise you to use Google Sheets for this. If you want me to do a detailed video of how to use Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, which in my opinion are better alternatives to MS Office, please let me know down in the comments and I will make detailed videos on those as well. But after you have made this Excel sheet on a Google Sheet, what you need to do is you need to ensure that you make another column, which is the most important column for all these colleges and universities, which is the column of the last date. And for each of those last dates, you will sync that last date with your Google Calendar, ensuring that you are reminded 5 days before the last date, 3 days before the last date, and 1 day before the last date. Why do you need 3 reminders? The reason behind giving you 3 reminders is that once we get a reminder, we often think that, oh, we got a reminder, therefore it means that we will do the job in the days to come. And we often procrastinate on it. Therefore, we need multiple reminders in order to get something done. I follow this policy myself as well, and I advise you to do the same. Once this system gets internalized, then you will get used to the system of applying to colleges and universities within their stipulated deadlines, and you will not miss any in the days to come. Next, I will be talking about your subject preference. This is mainly for those of you who have just passed your class 12th or are about to pass your class 12th exam. Many of you might be confused about what subject you want to choose, although there might be some of you who are lucky enough to develop a likelihood for a particular subject when you were in classes 11th and 12th, and you already know what subject you want to pursue in your graduation. But in case you don't, please choose your subject very carefully. You have to take into consideration 3 very important things. Firstly, what is the scope of that subject? For example, if you take a subject like computer science, that subject has a huge application both in the domain of academia and in the domain of regular life. You can take up the subject computer science or computer applications, and you can literally land yourself anywhere if you work hard, which is true for most subjects, but of course we have to admit that some subjects have more scope than others. I am in no way suggesting that you should choose a subject just for its scope, but while choosing a subject, do not completely neglect the scope of that subject, especially if you're not very sure about what subject you want to pursue. If you have a particular inclination or passion for any particular subject, then of course do pursue that by all means. But in case you are confused, my opinion or my advice to you would be this: please take into consideration the amount of jobs that are available for that particular subject's students in that present day and age. Because after all, what are we studying for? Of course we are studying to increase our knowledge, to be better human beings, so on and so forth, but none of these would fill our bellies. We of course need a job in order to sustain ourselves. Therefore, the possibility of getting a job if you pursue that subject is very important. Take into consideration that. Ask your seniors who have pursued that subject or are pursuing that subject. Ask your teachers, friends, seniors, colleagues, elder siblings, whoever you want to. But just make sure you choose a subject which is a smart choice in case you have a doubt. Next, we will move on to the most important thing, which is our Google Calendar. I have already mentioned in the previous part of the video how you will sync your Excel sheet, the one you made about your university or college preferences, with your Google Calendar. But this part of the video is not exactly about that. If you want to get a good college or a university, chances are that that college or university will be conducting an entrance, or at least you will have to sit for the Central University entrance test, which has started for the undergraduate students from this year, or the Central University entrance test for the postgraduate students, which has not started in its full-fledged this year, but many universities have already registered themselves under it, and the ones which haven't, like Delhi or Vishwabharati, would probably soon join the bandwagon in the next year or the subsequent years to come. What I am trying to tell you in this context is that use your Google Calendar to your benefit. Divide your day into small bits of 1 hour or 2 hours, and make sure those 1 or 2 hours have a proper name. Sync those names with your Google Calendar. For example, if you're studying English, say for example you are studying the history of English literature, therefore your job would be to study history of English literature at least 2 hours every day. For example, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and then 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. These are the 2 hours where you will be studying the history of English literature. Put it in your Google Calendar. Allow it to repeat every day with a 5-minute reminder before the time starts. Of course, what this does is it creates a sense of guilt in your mind, telling you that there are things that you should have done and you have not, therefore kind of forcing you to study. Because we all know, due to the advent of social media and the 2 years of the pandemic where we weren't able to study how we would have liked to, many of us have been known to procrastinate very hugely, and our ability to concentrate has also fallen through the roof. So I advise you to trick yourself to study more, which is what you can do by putting things down in your Google Calendar, in your reminder tabs, in your daily planner, wherever you want to put them down, whichever app or whichever hard copy document you check every day on a regular basis. Just put down your goals there. That way you can make sure that you're up to date, and whatever you're preparing for, you can prepare for that even better. This part just doesn't apply to the entrances or to applying for a UG, PG or a PhD degree, but for any goal you want to achieve in life. So I guess that would be more useful to everyone. In this context, it is important to tell you that there might be some of you whose exams are still left, or many of you who are appearing for multiple entrance exams for multiple subjects, or in multiple cities, or in multiple countries for that matter. So how exactly are you going to manage your time? In this channel itself, I have a detailed video on time management, the link to which I will put somewhere upwards. You can go ahead and check that one out. In that video, I had mentioned in great detail how you can go about ensuring that you use most of your time. Of course, the one thing that you must do is sleep at least 6 to 7 hours every day. That is absolutely non-negotiable. And eat thrice a day. Drink at least 8 cups of water a day. These are the things which will help you keep your body healthy, and once your body is healthy, your mind will automatically be healthier, and it will allow you to perform better and faster than it generally does. It's also very important for us to remember that we are not machines. Though it is expected of us to memorize everything and then vomit it out in the examinations, it's obvious that we will forget things in the course of time. I request everyone who is watching this video to not be so hard on yourselves. Please try to take things in your stride. Understand that we are humans and mistakes happen. So if you have not done well in any particular exam, or things are not going your way or as you had hoped them to go, please don't break down or take it to your heart. I'm sure things will look brighter in the days to come. And finally, one last trick. Make a folder called My Documents or My Credentials on your desktop. In that folder, keep everything, starting from your passport photo, 10 kb, 20 kb, 40 kb, 60 kb, 80 kb, 100 kb, 150 kb and 200 kb in all these sizes. Then your signature, 10 kb, 20 kb, 30 kb, 40 kb, 50 kb, 80 kb, 100 kb. Then your 10th mark sheet, 10th admit, 12th mark sheet, 12th admit, 12th pass certificate, and the subsequent mark sheets and certificates you have. What good will this do? Most importantly, when you're filling up a form, especially when you're filling it up at the last moment, you often go haywire looking for your documents. If you keep this folder handy, then it will come to your aid and you won't have to panic. And one more thing, I'm sure all of you have a Google Drive. Please ensure that you upload this file to your Google Drive as well, because oftentimes our PCs or hard disks crash and then we will lose everything and then we will go about crying amok. Please upload this to your Google Drive. You can also do this with your other important documents. So I shared another important tip there. Finally, what would you do once you get a university? Well, you have to take a choice about which university you would like to take if you get chance in more than one. I will make another detailed video about that in the days to come. But if you want me to talk about how to go about that choice, you can let me know down in the comments. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, queries, doubts or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. I would be more than happy to answer them for you. I will see everyone in the next video. Till then, hasta la vista.